it. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. What's good, Postal family? All right, so I want to give you some information. That's what I do on this channel, just pass along some information. Some you may know, some you may not know. We're going to touch on a couple different topics, so stick through it if you have the time. All right. First off, I meant to talk about this a while ago and didn't get a chance to, but I figured I'd touch on it now. Donating hours. What do I mean by donating hours? Scenarios posed to you. There's worker A that got injured because they were on a motorcycle running from the police. They done skidded out of control. They done ran up into the wall. They done split half their leg off, and they can't make it back to work till they get their fake prosthetic leg. And during that time, they burned up so much of their sick leave and annual leave, they have no more time left. Jay, why you gotta talk about somebody ripping their leg off? I gotta be dramatic. This is me being dramatic. Follow me. So they're at home, they have no time left. Now, you was cool with this person and everybody liked this person. Person has no more hours. You, on the other hand, and you have a ton of sick leave and you got a ton of annual leave just sitting there waiting to be burned. Each person can donate to this individual. You can donate some of your time to this person. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person that you know. It could be somebody else in a different district. It could be somebody else in a different state. So I only say that because, God forbid, something happens to you and you needed the help and you were out of work for an extended period of time and you no longer had all of your annual leave or sick leave built up. So the managers can put some type of message together and they send it out to all the other managers and they post something about a time clock and they'll say Jamie Sanders was injured and either terminally ill or such and such, and they would want to know if anybody wants to donate hours to them. Now that means that this individual will continue to get some type of income. Thoughtful, yes. Realistic, yes, it does happen. Can something like this happen to you? We hope not, we pray not, but it is something that the post office does offer, donating hours to your co-workers. Seems weird, but it is something. I wanted to touch on that, let you guys know. Another thing is, we were talking about the back pay. When is this back pay gonna be coming? Man, y'all don't want me to lie to you. Jane ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Cause they ain't even telling us about this back pay right now, cuz. Your boy don't even know nothing about it. Seem like the union don't know nothing about it. Should I be stressed? Nah, Jay still got a smile on my face. Cause all that is just money about to come in eventually. They're projecting it before the end of the year. What does that mean? Either I got money to go Christmas shopping or I got a nice Christmas bonus after Christmas, but before the end of the year. Who knows? But it's eventually gonna come. Why am I okay about this? Because I'm not depending on that money. Now here's another thing. We got the step increases. You get a step increase every 6 months. When they converted and did away with the old step increase pay scale, some people, and it might be you need to look into it, did not get the proper step increase on their Form 50s. What does this gibberish mean? If you work for us, you know, and if you don't, then you don't know. That means you're not being paid properly. Make sure you look at your Form 50s to make sure that your step increase did not go backwards. Mine did. There's people that started 3 or 4 years after I did, and their steps are higher than mine. Am I stressed? Nah, I ain't stressed. Because that too will be on it will be paid retroactively. So if it's just, 80 cents or $1 or whatever it is, that's still $1 per hour until they get it all right. That it's just gonna go, it's just gonna get that shmoney. Jay is gonna get that shmoney. You best believe Jay's gonna get that shmoney. So make sure that you look to make sure that your step increase was done correctly. If you can't comprehend how that works, make sure you speak to a union representative. They should be able to explain it to you. If not, you give HR a call, you ring them up, you sit on phone for an hour and a half and wait for them to say, oh yeah, we messed it up. Look at that funny voice again. And if they did, eventually it'll get fixed. And that will get back to you. But in the meantime, I did some homework because, I had this whole thing about loans for feds and us if we get into situations where we don't have the money in our pocket at the time and, times are hurting. And I kept going by this whole BMG money thing. And then someone said, well, what about Cashable? And I was like, well, I never really dealt with Cashable. But what I did was I looked up Cashable, and I always have them in the video description as well. And I looked them up, and I compared the rates as far as interest rates, and I compared a couple other things. Now, one thing is for certain, and two things is for sure. Cashable is a good place to use, but they are limited on the states that they are able to pass loans out to. So if you're living in one of these states that they do not offer these federal loans to, then you're kind of fresh out of luck. And their interest rates are not better than loans for feds. They are similar. Each state that we live in has a cap for interest that can be charged on financing and loans. So they pretty much know if you're not going to use any credit and you're not going to have any credit background, they got bad credit history, they know they're going to get their money back, but they'll charge you at a higher rate. The key is obviously pay it back faster. If you got them paying back $70 every 2 weeks, me, I was just paying back $100 every 2 weeks and got it over with. That's what I did. But as far as what I read, looking side by side, which one was, better for us at this moment, was that BMG money. Again, the video description has the links to both of them, so you can check for yourself. This definitely helps. You get to pay it off. I think it's in 18 months or a year. Pay it off fast. Get it out the way. They're emergency loans only. And, if you really run into emergency because, life happens, then go ahead and use it. But besides that, use it if you're going to use it for something else. Use it to build your credit up. That's important. Use it to build your credit up. I got a couple links for things that I've used to help build my credit, and they're little really small items that they're not going to hurt you if you use them. Just check them out for yourself. Again, this is about anything that can help uplift each other while we're doing this headache here we call the post office. And I think that I've covered everything else. Donating hours, yes. Back pay estimate, we still don't know. And step increase is messed up. That will be added to the back pay. We spoke about that. The BMG versus the Cashable, we spoke about that. And yeah, that's all we got to say about that. This is that JH. We need to find something silly to see if you guys made it to the end of this video. What we got in the drawer over here? What we got in the drawer? Oh, yeah. Scotch tape. That's right. If you made it to the end of the video, put the word Scotch tape in the comment section. This is JH. We out of here.